else happen. Trust me. I would not allow that to happen. Now then, almost got me. Nice try. Anyway, is the repeater crossbow still good? Yes, it's actually quite good. High recommend as far as, well, once again, survival ranged weapons always tend to be some pretty good ones. Even the two-handed ones, because you still got Armadillo Pack if you want to use that for your classic. Oh, this is also a little bit loud on my end. There we go. Now then, Curse Sword is set to 1 HP after taking a single hit. It'd be much more fun and frantic. Well, yeah, that's true, but also, you know, the Curse Sword is supposed to be a challenge type of weapon in the first place. I can't hardly blame them for not fixing it so it's a usable weapon. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be the dumb weapon you use for LARPs. Uh-oh. That should be okay, though. Oh, I was kind of hoping to take out both of them at once, because that would have been fun. Sure. Might as well kick it. Now then. Uh-huh. Yep. Whatever. Look, it's not going to be a problem, because like I said, this is your burner run. I'm going to be stopping this one soon enough to do a different run as soon as I kind of have an idea of what I want to actually do. Now then. Oh, also thank you, Lotus Lilith. I love you. Once again. Gotta remember to keep saying that. I've forgotten for the last few streams. But it's just like, yeah, if you sub, you get loved. Sub and love. That's what I say. That probably has different connotations depending on how you want to take it, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, struggling to get my build back together once I change longbows back to tactics only. I mean, longbows are okay. I don't know. I always feel like longbows are just a little bit too difficult to use more often than not. I prefer a lot of other like ranged weapons. I always felt like that was sort of one of the. Yeah, that's fine. Like I've been around since 2018. Am I loved? Yes. However, you aren't subbed, so you know. You know. Anyway, okay. What are we doing here for? I'm broke. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. The guy that asked me for the Twin Daggers run. Wow, it's been a while. I've been subbed in the past. Okay, fine. Now then. Oh. And the Prime baby. Oh, yeah, that is 9 months now, isn't it? Oh, man. All right, so any ideas for, like, what you want to see for a run today? I got nothing. I mean, you can do, like, another specific aspect type of stuff, weird gimmicky type of run, or just, like, casual type of run. Just be like, survival or something. Like, any feelings about how do? Because I don't have anything. When's your next Persona 5 playthrough gonna start? I mean, we can always do like more stuff related to the transcription stuff. Hey, you want to do like Japanese study streams? Who wants to do Japanese study streams? Come on, tell me. Let's see a show of hands. How about weapons you feel need a buff? Oh, we could do like, I mean, there are certainly quite a few of them if I was going to go look in custom mode right now. Stuff like, you know, Tentacle, I think is pretty clear. Toothpick has never been particularly impressive. And of course, if you just want to go with like the classic, Swarm is still not great. It's still kind of lacking to say the least. Yeah? Knocking my love now? Yes. Oh, man. Also, thank you, God Falcon. I didn't even notice that. Thank you, God Falcon. Gifting the sub to Sergeant Pepper. He can now be loved. I hope we all enjoy that. See, all it requires is just $5 a month, and you can get my love and approval. This is not a scam or a cult. I swear. Anyway. Please do not mistake it as that. Longbow is strangely used to get high damage. Workaround for non-crit is barbed, acro, no mercy, Hokutos. And Hokuto's has been nerfed quite a bit lately. That could maybe also be one to like do another checkout again. Wait, it's not a cult? I want my money back then. You know I can't do that. You'll have to take it up with Amazon. It's out of my hands, and I mean I don't think they'll be giving it back to you. Anyway, hey. Cursed runs? No cursed runs. Magic penis arm. Well, that just once again, every single time you say that just reminds me of Parasite. Which didn't that get an anime adaptation or something recent, like in the last couple years or something? When is it not a cursed run? Hey, come on, give me some credit here. Aspect run. What are you feeling for aspects? Because we can do like a nice casual aspect run. I'll be okay with that. Let's take a look at the current lineup. It did get an anime. Probably did not have that part in it. Oh boy. They tried Meat Skewer again? That was kind of interesting at one point. Hey, Meat Skewer Meat Skewer is a good item. Yeah, sure. Let's go do a Meat Skewer run. Why not? Feel like I haven't been using that for a while. Sure. After all, I do like it. It's been an item that's gone through a lot of changes since that. Do a run of your banned items to check if they're still banned. That would be interesting. Doing like the old Alchemic Carbine, Hokuto's bow run, Lightning Whip, Mushroom Boy, whatever you want to talk about here. Oh, also, gotta make sure that I turn back on all of the outfits except for the ones that are flagrant spoilers. As always, those are the flagrant spoiler ones. Okay. Now let's just go launch up the game. Vote banned items run? I don't know. Missed the old Meat Skewer with a slam attack. Might not have made sense for a rapier, but felt good. Yeah, very, it's very, what's the... Secrets of Grindia in the way that is not how you use that weapon. Another sugar-free Jello. I have not had... Okay, I'm going to be honest. I have not had Jello in a very long time. Like an extremely long time. It's not that I don't like it or anything. It's just I don't know. It's not my go-to dessert. You know? Usually that's like a chocolate thing or like a cookie or a pastry. Not like a Jello. It's not like a, you know. Don't think I've ever had Jello. It looks bad though. It's good. I think it's pretty good. It's sweet. It's I find the mouth feel pleasant. Which is the most wild way that you could say that. I don't know. I also never really have like sugar-free stuff. I'm more of a full sugar person. Just like hook me up with as much sugar as possible. And mouthfeel is one word, I'm pretty sure. Don't try to eat Jello you find D&D, it will eat you. Oh yeah, I mean, it's like if it's not just corrosive by itself, like an ochre jelly or something, then it's probably like a gelatinous cube, which has paralytic effects. You know how that is. Look, I've played a lot of roguelikes, and you encounter a lot of slimes in those games. Have fun when you get into Angband, and it's like, oh, you encounter an entire vault full of death slimes, and you don't know what they do. Because you're going to die. Anyway. Speaking of mouthfeel, mine is pain from a sore, gently bit by accident. It sucks. Oh, yeah, I know. I used to actually get, like, back when I was, like, totally undiagnosed with anxiety, me, like, getting, you know, a small sore in my mouth and then poking it a lot with my tongue so that it became a big sore was very common. Felt like I had, like, 5 of those in my mouth at all points in time. Because of the stress, you understand. Anyway. Okay, you know, let's just go Meat Skewer. We'll save, like, banned items for next time. All right. Let's start this one up in 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait, what am I? I mean, yeah, we're going to do a YouTube video. Let's go. Casual runs using the Meat Skewer. Because, I don't know, I didn't feel like doing something with aspects today. I feel like I might just want to wait until those are fully released. The update is fully released before I start checking those out again. Because they have been changed up quite a bit from the start. And I think especially with that Vampirism run, it did show that there is still maybe a little bit of work required to go into making those at least somewhat balanced. So instead, we're just going to do a revisit of a pretty alright item, but one that, you know, I haven't used in quite some time now. Meat Skewer, as always. You get that dash, a little bit of movement here, but now it also has, like, good criticals. Yeah, it makes it a pretty decent item, but also one that I'm not really sure if it stacks up quite as good against most other brutality weapons. Let's check it out. Maybe also, I don't know, go for like a little bit more off-kilter root or something. Try and see if this will work out well against the tick. Maybe. Oh, and this is probably just going to get me killed. The scarecrow, everything like that. You know how that goes. They change the aspects. They have changed some of the aspects and kind of like how they work, but, you know, nothing like super huge just yet. However, like I was saying, I think the balance is still a little bit lacking for right now, which is why I might want to save it for a little bit later in terms of like actual showcasey type of stuff. Because, you know, to showcase, it's like should at least be largely representative of the weapon, even if they might be changing over time eventually. Elite Rampagers, that's how they do. Come on now. You still get like that auto dash right through enemies and everything too. Very nice. Also, it's a good thing I left both of those items down there, otherwise I would have been much worse off in terms of health. Anyway. Chain Meat Skewer was one of the melee items I got tactics removed. Fast-paced, high mobility, feels fitting for the class. I agree, but, you know, I also agree with... I like having melee stuff for... Well, at least minimum the option for melee for a lot of melee... option for melee for tactics items, you know, as much as you can possibly get, just because it's something that, well, you're not going to use, period. But yeah, if the Snake Fangs can remain tactics scaling, why not the Meat Skewer? It's got a lot of sort of comparisons to be made, for example, with the whole movement options and everything. I guess technically it has much lower base damage unless you're getting criticals, but still, I think that you can easily make a case for it. You know what I'm saying here. Yeah, Telluric Shock I'm not a huge fan of. However, you know, I actually had that ask for the Stomper run. Does Telluric Shock also work with that? Because that would be an alternate way to get a lot of extra damage. That's like a 4 times damage buff for that weapon in particular, because it is a stomp. I mean, that's pretty much the Hand of the King's version of the dive attack that you use all the time. Why wouldn't it also get buffed up from that? But I never even thought about checking it. Besides, I wanted to go for the whole, like, no equipment run. As good and bad as that turned out. Blood doesn't actually taste all that bad. Now, I'm somebody that gets a lot of nosebleeds, and I can confirm that, yes, blood does taste pretty bad. It tastes like, well, you know, it's basically just a way for iron to be ferried around your body. So it tastes like iron. It tastes like you're licking a piece of rebar. I think I would wholly disagree on that point. Besides, it's just like, also, you know, you can't drink blood, by the way. The vampire's always talking about, like, drinking blood and everything like that. You can't do that. Blood, if it is out for any amount of time, starts to coagulate. You're going to be slurping it down like Jell-O, if anything. So it's just like, I hope you like having that, like, gross jelly-like consistency, and also very, like, salty and, like, rusty flavor in your mouth. No, it's terrible. Terrible, and I do not think that anybody would find it pleasant. Ugh. Anyway, why are you licking rebar? Okay, it's more like how rebar smells, and, you know, smell is an important part of taste. What are we talking about? Taste of blood, apparently, because, you know, the bloodthirst, drinking blood, vampirism. That's where I thought we got onto the topic, but I guess now that I think about it, I wasn't really paying that much attention to chat. Somebody just said, I think blood tastes good. And I'm like, oh no, that guy's got to be put in his place. We're all vampires? Really? Everybody here, you know my vendetta against the undead. Have you not seen me playing this game? Though as of recent with Cog Mine, that's turning into a vendetta against robots. No, I still like robots a lot more than the undead. Mindless creatures. Especially the vampires, the demon dead. Sucking your essence for their own vitality. I can't agree with that. If y'all are vampires, I should probably dip. And that's fair. I would probably do so. Well, no, who am I kidding? If my entire audience was vampires, I would not like it, but I would begrudgingly accept. Because it's just like, you know. Well, I mean, I suppose, what sort of, like, fiction are we talking about? Because, you know, if we're talking about, like, I don't know, World of Darkness or something, it's just like, people can just turn you into a vampire whenever they feel like it. Do you ever play the Vampire the Masquerade game, for example? That's the start of that game. And, you know, it's kind of, like, unfair to judge a person for that. But if we're talking, like, I don't know, Oblivion, where you literally have, like, the ability to just go make the cure for it, that's different. You know? I mean, canonically, vampires hate wolves. Yeah, that was wasn't that, like, a weird thing in that game where, back when it was just vampire, or, well, you know, before they did Werewolf the Apocalypse or whatever it was called, that it's like werewolves were just, like, these totally impossibly huge creatures that could not be fought in any way, and then it's just like, oh, now they're playable characters, so we got to make them more realistic stat-wise. You know, like, they were rivals for good reason, because a single werewolf could just tear apart an entire army of vampires. I don't know. Have you ever played Skyrim? I've never actually played any at all of the Elder Scrolls games. One point in time during the very, very, very early days of the channel, I'm talking like early 2018, I was considering maybe playing Arena, because that's just free. That and Daggerfall are both just free online, and I even had like all set up and ready to go, but just never ended up doing it. Probably because, you know, a game like that is hard to get into. Oh yeah, not that that ever stopped me from playing like Cog Mine, for example, but still. I don't know, I just think that would be interesting to do a playthrough of that, just to be like, hey, y'all are familiar with Skyrim, let's go back to the roots. Let's go back and see what Whiterun looked like when it was, you know, like Doom-style 2D masquerading as 3D. Because let me tell you, OG Arena was very, like, you went all over the entirety of what is the Cyrodiil, right? What's the continent's name? I can't remember. Favorite vampire game? God, have I played much? I haven't really played too many vampire games, to be honest. The Twisted Tales of Spike McFang? I've actually played through that entire thing, and it was pretty fun. Music is like, the soundtrack is a total bop, too. Okay, that's not, that can't count. But still, it's just like, I can't really think of too many other vampire games that I've played. You know how that goes. Well, let's see. Wait. Yeah. Never want to deal with these guys. Absolutely despise. My life is a vampire game. Yeah. You're all vampires. If you go to the movie theater and say you're a vampire, you'll get a free small soda. But anyway, Vampire is pretty good. Oh yeah, I was actually interested in that one when I saw it coming out. It seemed pretty interesting. It had a very like mid 2000s RPG type of feel to it, and I'm like, yeah, I can get into that. But yeah, I don't really remember hearing too much about it after it first released. But then again, that's every game. I mean, that's you know how things go. As soon as the freshness leaves after a week, nobody is ever talking about anything anymore. It's no bad. So that's one of the main reasons why I like to just play games from every single era possible, regardless of if they're new or decades old. Wait. Go back down to the pit, see what I can't find here. Vampire has a pathologic vibe. Yeah, that's, I think, what I was thinking of more than anything else. It's got that real grungy feel to it. And I did enjoy, you know, I played a little bit of Pathologic, got through, like, the first 2 days, but I never really went back to it because I was so focused on, you know, trying to do stuff for the channel or whatever. It's like, I feel like I gotta go return to that game. did like its whole style quite a bit. the whole like extremely depressing, morbid type of scenario. Legacy of Kain. I have actually played Blood Omen. Blood Omen was, I mean, it was more or less just like Zelda, you know? It's got that sort of feeling to it where you're going from one dungeon to the next, beating up prophesied type of characters, but I still enjoyed, you know, like the writing's pretty fun, the combat still worked out pretty good, and the world is weird. It's a lot of weird stuff, which I enjoyed. You know, I suppose, yeah, maybe like Legacy of Kain. Legacy of Kain, I would probably say, is one of my favorite vampire games in that case then. Because it was... I did play that entire thing. Got Soul Reaver, but didn't get too far in it. Not for any particular reason. I really should just go back to that one as well. Old Elder Scrolls, it has dungeons and skeletons that fit more for a horror game than an RPG. Can't think of which one that is. There's like Battlespire and Redguard, I think, are the more off the beaten path games, but I gotta say that I don't really remember too much. Yeah, no, it's not coming to me. The rest of the series is just amazing in comparison. They took a very different direction, especially with Soul Reaver side of the story. Then Defiance brings the two stories together. I always heard that Defiance was kind of like, you know, sort of comparatively. But I mean, Soul Reaver, yeah, it was a very different type of game. And like I was saying, it's not like I had any particular reason why I didn't want to play the rest of it. I don't know, maybe I just had a different game I wanted to play or something. Hard to say. I don't know, I was playing a lot. I remember at the point in time that I was playing it, I was going through like a lot of older games that I kind of missed out on. You know, ranging all the way back from like the Nintendo Entertainment System up to like a lot of PlayStation RPGs. Played like Wild Arms 1 and 2 and stuff like that. So it might have just been that I was like playing a bunch of different games and just didn't get around to it. Just didn't get around to finishing it. Ah, come on, there we go. Nice. Now in the meantime, this is sort of a rough area. Get that stun in there though, and this should be fine. Yeah, I'll say this: the meat skewer as of right now is still working out pretty well in terms of like stunning enemies and everything like that. Even though this is still like the absolute lowest level version of this that I could possibly get throughout the entire run. I'm gonna have to look at trying to find another one of these soon. We'll see. But yeah, let me tell you, certainly I do have a soft spot for like older and very, you know, I don't even know what you'd call them, like 90s comic style games. Just look at how much I enjoy playing Darksiders, for example. I've also more recently been watching a playthrough of Shadow Man, which has been fun. It's like I can get down with the Legacy of Kain games, and I would definitely be willing to play a lot more of those if, you know, as soon as I finish up with the whole like games I'm being forced to play list right now. Still gotta go. It's still been like a week since the last episode of Final Fantasy IX. Got distracted with Cog Mine. What can I say? that game really hits like a lot of very specific mechanics and everything that I enjoy a lot. The sort of weird, whoa, that was close. Sort of weird, inscrutable mechanics. The ultra hardcore style gameplay. Like all of the very piecemeal lore that you get in it and everything too. I'm really enjoying that. And if you like watching me get, Jesus, that was really close. Like watching me get extremely desperate against increasingly difficult enemies in the game, it's like, oh, that's also fun too. Please tell me you play Comic Zone. I have... Okay, now here's the thing. Funny enough, way back in the day, when I was like a small baby child, my babysitter, yes, had a Genesis with Comic Zone on it. I would always gravitate to playing Sonic, but I did play a decent amount of that game. Now, if you think that I got anywhere with it at all. Oh god, no, that game's incredibly difficult, but I have played a decent amount. Just, you know, I had tiny baby brain at the time, so please excuse me for not kind of like playing the full thing. Comic Zone is pretty cool. It definitely has a very cool style to it if you've never seen before, where you literally go in between like comic panels and everything like that. It was a beat 'em up, right? And I think that, yeah, like the reason why I was so interested in it was because of that like really unique style that it had to it. Also, once again, very, very extremely 90s comic. The guy is like the main character is like he's got like a rat tail, and he's like Rob Liefeld buff and stuff like that. This is some good art style type of stuff. Oh man. I got this. Oh, the dodges were so on point there. Well, anyway. Fortunately, nothing else I'm going to be using here. Doc started off game suggestions being like, I don't want to play more roguelikes, and now he's prioritizing Cog Mine. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that's true, though, because at the time I didn't want to. But then pretty much what happened was I got the bug. It started out with Risk of Rain 2, and then I decided to start up Cog Mine because I wanted to see what it was like, and I'm in. I'm fully in on it now. It is just I in the last like 5 days I played 40 hours of that game. I've gotten to the point where I'm actually starting to pay attention to some of the deeper mechanics in it and everything too, which it's like at the very beginning I was wondering if I was ever going to get to that point. Yeah, Predator might actually work out pretty well with the meat skewer. Yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary difficulty, like attacking causes you micro damage and that can kill you. It's a beat 'em up. In order to beat it about 4 years ago, I used an emulator on the Xbox 360. Yeah, I remember that it's not a very long game. That's why. Like it can actually be beaten if you can deal with the mechanics. Comic Zone can be beaten in a couple hours or something. It's like no time at all, even with like dying a few times here and there. But yeah, it's like they really ramp up the difficulty because of that. Which, you know, hey, that's the old Battletoads, a lot of Nintendo games principle. Shouldn't be too surprising. I can imagine that it probably cost a lot to make a game like that, just because it is so... It has, like, a stylistic type of... It has a style to it that I'm guessing probably requires a very long development time, is what I'm trying to think. But of course, that's what made it one of the more notable Genesis games, and probably the entire reason why, yes, once again, my babysitter had it. That's how I played a lot of Genesis games back in the day, through that person alone. Before school, I always try to get as far as I could in Sonic 2. And then I would have the older kids there beat the boss in Chemical Plant Zone because I was so incredibly bad at it. Fun times. I was a really big Sega fanboy back in the day, mostly because I just really like the Sonic series. Something about that music and like the style and everything. Never really got into like it's weird because yeah, as soon as it moved away from 2D, totally lost interest in Sonic for years and years until I got Sonic Adventure like in college or something because it was $1 because it was an old game. And I'm like, okay, let's check out what I've been missing for years at this point in time. And yeah, I did that, of course. I mean, I talk about it all the time in like series I do, so should go without saying how much I like that little generation of Sonic games. I mean, Noita is my second most play game, and I put in 130 hours like, in like a week or so. Oh yeah, I mean, I did the same thing with Noita. That game is very good. And even before I started out the series on the channel, I had like 100 hours in that game because I wanted to make damn sure that I knew exactly what I was doing. You know, the funny thing is with like the mechanics of Cog Mine, it probably has more to do with Noita than a more traditional roguelike anyway. the whole like constant switching out and loadout and build-based type of things. It doesn't quite, you know, obviously Noita has multiple wands and everything like that, but the comparisons are pretty apt, if I was going to say. Ever play Carrion? Short and sweet hidden gem of an indie game. Oh, I saw a whole bunch of people playing that. That's okay, to quote, I think it was actually a Master System game. It's sort of like the Ooze game, where you play as like a big blob that absorbs things to become larger. You know, basically you're playing as the thing. Seemed interesting, but I remember thinking that it's just like, I can take it or leave it. When you call Carrion a hidden gem, it got a lot of attention. I mean, I definitely know exactly what it is. So. Oh. Wait, what happened there? Yo, did y'all see what happened there? Why'd the automaton just suddenly turn around? It's like I tried to parry it, but instead of it hitting me, it just decided to turn the opposite of direction. Weird. Anyway. A lot of old Nintendo and Super Nintendo where it had the arcade mentality of trying to kill you so you would spend more quarters. I mean, in general, they were also just very short games otherwise. You can beat, like, all of the Mega Man games in a single sitting if you want to. And you need to. Well, actually, I suppose not the Mega Man games, but, like, the Ninja Gaiden games, for example. You need to beat that in one sitting. Except for Ninja Gaiden 3. And only if you play the Japanese version of it. Otherwise, you got to type in the codes. But yeah, like even a lot of games back in the day were very obsessed with trying to keep like score mentality and everything. They didn't think you'd play a game if you weren't going for the high score. That was the real proof of arcade mentality for me. Okay, oh man. And no. Gonna try and get into a little bit better positioning here before I go into this. All right, Carrion was popular for a week and then forgotten, and it was good though. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That it's just like, man, I feel, I know that this is true for everything ever in all times, but I feel like I've just been noticing lately just the short shelf life of stuff these days. Of course, once again, this is not anything new. I mean, it's just, man. Sometimes it's like, yeah, Death's Door, for example. I was kind of thinking, it's like, hey, do I want to play this? I think I kind of want to play this game. And then it's just like, nobody cares about that game anymore. And now we're on to the next thing. You know how that goes. Oh yeah, 20XDX or 30XDX. That's like that's the roguelike version of Mega Man. It looked interesting, I'll say, but I don't know. I think I wrote an essay in middle school about how emulators were the greatest invention so far in the 21st century. Yo, as far as like preservation of video games goes, I do think that is true. Yeah. Yeah, this is like I've talked about this before, how it's just like I kind of want to play like Getting Over It at some point in time, purely because I like Bennett Foddy's whole treatise on like garbage and like, you know, things turning into trash over a short amount of time. I mean, I think that, yeah, probably the reason I'm thinking about it so much is that, hey, when you're starting to do like videos on the internet and everything, sometimes, you know, you're thinking it's like, hey, do I want to play this? Or do I want to like try to go for something a little bit more in the zeitgeist, which has obviously never been a thing for me, but God knows with the games that I play. But it always does feel like, you know, there's that the freshness quotient of it that you think about a lot. And if people really want to keep seeing like the same thing online all the time, I'm trying not to be old man yells at video gamers or something like that, but it's just turning into it, isn't it? Should just restart the stream at this rate. Too much old man yells at stuff. Should bandwagon more recent popular games? I mean, I should. What I should do is I should bandwagon them when I'm interested in them. That's why I was thinking about playing Grime more recently. Old man yelling. I know. I hate hearing the old curmudgeon-y, like, back in the day sort of thing. I don't know why I'm falling into it as well. Okay, I think I've gotten pretty much everything I'm going to get here, right? Really like watching you play Dead Cells and similar because there aren't many people that cover them well. I mean, that was always one of the things that I wanted to do from the very beginning of the series, where it's just like there are so many people playing it, but I want to really like, you know, get into the deep mechanics, because at that time, especially back in 2017, I was watching like a lot of people play Dark Souls and whatnot. You know what? Let's go for this conjunctivious fight. I was watching a lot of people play like Dark Souls, and you know, they would go super in-depth in mechanics and stuff like that. And I was thinking, it's like, hey, if this game wants to be Dark Souls, maybe I can do the same thing for it. And here we are. Well, here we are talking about old man curmudgeon-y type of stuff and 90s comics-inspired games. Yeah, anything else? Anything else? I feel like I'm missing something. I should have everything. Oh, well. Steam World Dig. Oh, yeah, I saw about that. Grime's pretty fun, pretty buggy, though, but fun. Played the entirety of Death's Gambit, and that game was janky as all hell. A lot of fun, though. I don't know, I feel like it fits with the whole aesthetic of guys with weird heads, Dark Souls games. Which, I mean, there's only 2 of those games that I can name, but that's more than you would expect, right? You know how that is. Ah, man. Remember when Skull was popular for 2 weeks? Yeah, that's when I actually did do that series. I did get the clout from that one, which, I mean, that game was okay. I don't know. I wasn't like super into it. I did enjoy the time that I had with it, though. A little bit too much enemy spam type of stuff. But otherwise, I think that the basic mechanics of it were all pretty solid. Ugh. Oh, come on now. Oh, man. Oh, you should hear me start talking about Command & Conquer and the huge advances made for gaming in general. Well, yeah, I mean, Command & Conquer is like one of the OG, like super influential RTSs, right? And then, it was also like that one... They had that one game with like the fully destructible environments and everything that was pretty cool that I cannot remember the name of. They've had like real stuff though. It's good. And like, yeah, it had live video back even before CD games. Oh man, but I don't know about that. It's just like, full motion video was an interesting time in video games. And to be honest, it was actually like a very interesting time in video games. I would like to play some games of that era at some point in time, especially most notably Total Distortion, because I think everybody knows about the Game Over theme for that game. Do you know what it's actually like to play? Oh, it's a trip. But yeah, it's like I did. What was I saying here? Oh yeah, I don't know if I would say exactly like it was a huge advance for video games, though. That was sort of an era that came and went. Did have a lot of effects, obviously. You know, think about like how much Myst changed the world in terms of video games, but there was also a lot of stuff that was just kind of bad. Ah, damn it! Those campy FMV cutscenes. Oh, they were a lot of fun though. How can you hate the old Command and Conquer cutscenes? Watch like a compilation of those on YouTube or something. I would urge everybody right now because they are pretty great. Okay, Myst was awesome. Ah, damn it! Man, maybe I am just gonna end up restarting this at this rate. Hitbox is a little bit larger than I expect for this item. Remember you playing the very early versions of Dead Daddy? How many years ago was it? What, like 2017? Yeah, you talk. I mean, the original ones on the game were Elemental Update, but I had been playing the game even previous to that. Elemental Update was the first major update for the game, by the way, after it came out in early access. All right. Whatever. We'll just look. We were getting kind of off track and everything. Let's spare the people on YouTube the weird tangents and get to like an actual episode-y type of thing here. Yeah. Okay. Come on. You know that's not. It's like I at least want to spare him. The old man gets wistful about video games. Hit chocolate. This chocolate's a hit. Actually, speaking of hit chocolate, or yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with that. Oh man, I've been watching like a lot of people play No More Heroes recently, and man, I love the weird direction that game's taking. Where it's like the first game was this sort of weird, low rent, like hack and slash type of deal that mocked you for even expecting a good story to be involved. Then the second game was mocking you for even wanting a sequel, and now the third game is like, I don't know, whatever, space. Let's go to space. Which I enjoy a lot. That is, it is peak grasshopper manufacture design. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, and then we'll come back and do a real run. Okay. All right. Let's... Oh, yeah. Hey, Vexmir. Welcome back to trying to restart the run so we get a little bit more on topic comparatively, rather than me gushing about old games that I like. Or just, like, a lot of things. Yeah, well... I've said before that basically I walk into the bathroom and then my urethra opens up like a snake trying to swallow a mouse, and shotgun blasts piss right into the toilet. Anyway, with that thought in mind, let's get on with the episode. Okay, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Just a casual run today while I am still playing a lot of Cog Mine in the background. Look, that game is a lot of fun. So instead of looking at some of the aspects, I'm going to instead just do, well, what somebody suggested, a run with the meat skewer. Been quite a while since I've taken a look at this weapon, and although I have liked a lot of the changes that have happened with it, it's also been one that... yeah, just hasn't really been focused on in any one of the more recent runs that I've been doing. So I think it'll be an interesting sort of semi-continuation, like I was talking about in the last stream, of one of the old showcases. Trying to see if I can get... yeah, let's try that one again. Yeah. Might start this over again. Yeah. Yes? What is it? Any luck in the job field? It's always the same thing. You know how that goes, really. Oh. Man, we are not turning this into a piss stream. That's not again. Not again. Look, here's the thing. Well, I mean, you know, I'll be honest here. I have been kind of like lax when it comes to job stuff because, you know, I have a lot of money saved up and I want to keep doing the channel stuff because I like the channel stuff. It's fun. Besides, also, like, I've gotten a lot of other stuff done, like the Persona series recently, and I'm like, you know, going into a lot of other games we've been playing, and so it's like, hey, well, I still got a pretty hefty savings. Might as well try it, you know. Weapons like meat skewer and spiked boots feel weird to me because of how much they move you around. Yeah, it's always really, it's weird in that way. I think movement-oriented weapons are cool, but getting thrown around a lot can be really detrimental. It's sort of how just slowing down enemies, for example, makes them less predictable compared to how you might be used to them, and then you're more likely to be hit. So it's like technically an advantage, but also kind of, yeah, disorienting. Exactly. go your own way, fuck jobs. Well, I'm going to need to do like a lot more streaming and everything like that if I want to actually say fuck jobs and just do this full time. Right now, I just, I paid off all my debts. I paid off all of my loans and everything like that. And I just saved up a bunch of money, because I knew that this was coming, so I'm okay for now. Any tips for someone who's trying to get first real job, trying out some sort of bookstore, trying the bookstore of my city? I mean, pretty much with jobs, you just gotta go everywhere that you can. Of course, I've also been really terrible. Most of the jobs I've gotten actually have been either through, actually all the jobs I've gotten have not really been ones that I worked to get. How to explain this? It's like either they were so desperate for people they would just take anybody who applied, which is most of the jobs that I've had in my life, or I got them through like placement companies, like headhunter type of job places who basically did all of the heavy lifting for me, and then I just got called in. It's I'm actually really bad at getting jobs. Straight up. Which is, well, so I don't know if I have any actual advice with that. Good. Yeah. Anyway, try this again. All right, let's start this out in 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just a casual run today because I've got to take myself away from Cog Mine for at least 5 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a run with this meat skewer, sort of a supplementary type of episode to the showcase run that I did of it, because it's been quite a while since I've ended up doing an entire run focused around, well, this weapon in particular. Some weapons get used more often than others, and I think that's just the case because not every single weapon in Dead Cells is created equal. So here we still got the dash in, we still got the critical, the DPS is pretty good. It's just movement can be somewhat disorienting when you're in the middle of Dead Cells, especially in the thick of fights where you have to react to a lot of stuff very quickly. Getting thrown around all willy-nilly can be rough. That said, I think I should probably be okay, provided that we don't go off on a bunch of weird tangents again, as these streams tend to devolve into. And if it does go like that, well, I guess I'll say that in the title of this video. Every single time. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the pluses and minuses of streaming things. You always have something to talk about, but also does tend to go in a direction where you're not really talking about the game too much. That's how it goes. What can I even say? All right, give me something good here. I got no good skills for brutality. I'll take pretty much anything. Lacerating R is good. I mean, hey, I'm using a melee weapon. Melee weapons always function pretty good with that skill in particular. Aside from that, oh man, that was weird. Did I like roll cancel that missile there? Yeesh. Okay, thought I was going to get lucky a second time. Wait, no, I did get lucky a second time, just not in the way that I expected. Well, it wouldn't be too super good for the Cursed Sword run, but it is fine for right now. Right now, it's a worker's market for most basic jobs to shop around. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's still... For me, it's just like whenever I'm looking for a job, it's just... Yeah, I just try and get whatever, so... That's why I got absolutely no advice related to that. Still, though, good luck trying to find anything, because I always know that one of the worst parts about getting a job is finding it in the first place. And then it's actually working it. And then, there is no... The upside is getting money. That's how it works. Oh, I hate looking for a job. It's the worst. Oh, wait, I should have just used that. The infantry grenade is... Hey, I said I wasn't going to get too off topic, and then immediately right there. Anyway. Whatever. I'm not going to restart this run at this point in time. Oh, come on. Should reset that. All right, you know what? Let's try that again. I'm getting too off topic here. All right. Okay, one more. Oh, man. Now, let's try this one more time. Okay, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. You got it this time. Third time's the charm. All right, let's do this. Okay, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Just a casual run today. Decided to go for a little bit more of a showcasey type of thing, but not with the aspects. Instead, going to be using the meat skewer today because, well, before the... Oh, wait, right. Stop beef branding it. I can't. It's so hard. I spend too much time in hypnospace. Oh, stupid hypnospace. Why does it got to be the internet? Okay. God. All right. Last time. This is the time we're going to do it. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm angry that I can't copy paste the entire fitnessgram pacer test thing. Man, I hate the fitnessgram pacer test. I have very bad running endurance. Anyway. Regular old casual run today, because I need something to tear me away from playing Cog Mine too much. So what we're going to be doing is checking out the meat skewer. Not technically a showcase run, because I've already done a showcase run of that, but just something that's not quite aspects, not quite just whatever I happen to get. I wanted at least a little bit more direction for this run, if nothing else. So this weapon, been a while since I've used it. Meat Skewer is good damage, I mean, especially with the critical that they added many, many updates ago. But the movement around is also still quite disorienting, which is why I'm a little bit worried about using it, but also want to test it out against some of the new difficulties that exist now, considering that it is at least probably something that could work against the Scarecrow. I don't even want to say that, considering that's, of course, where the run is going to end. But I want to at least give it a try. I don't know. At one point in time here, I'm probably going to have to end up doing another one of those hour-long runs where I just purely fight the Scarecrow like I did for the alpha of the Practice Makes Perfect update. I think that that's something that will help an awful lot when it comes to the Curse Sword runs and everything like that. Because after all, still plan to do that. That hasn't stopped being a thing, unfortunately. Okay. Yep. Done. In fact, freezes enemies blocked by a parry. Nice. I do like that in a shield. Generally doesn't appear too often, but if it's going to be something that works independently of stat scaling like the ramparts, I think that's going to be good. Now people are just posting the B-movie script in chat, which I will now proceed to read. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Ooh, black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. By the way, that whole thing about like the laws of aviation is from an extremely outdated, extremely outdated thing from like the 1950s. People have since, figured out how aerodynamically bees work. Don't trust Barry B. Benson to give you biology facts. I'm just going to say that right now. He might be quite the charmer. The man who likes jazz, is well acquainted with Ray Liotta, everything like that. But he does not know what he's talking about in terms of science. All right? Now then. Continuing on. All right. Yeah. Kind of would almost like to... this should be defensive enough by itself. You mean biology? Anyway. Continuing on once again. What am I doing? I was thinking about maybe I should get like this. Because, I don't know, maybe I can use the meat skewer for defensive option. I don't know. I just didn't want to go with a regular shield run like I was doing before. Sword and board is overplayed. And I want to try something different. I want to shake it up a little, as Barry B. Benson would say. Now then. No, we're not going to restart this run. We've already committed to it. I've already said a decent chunk of the opening to the movie B-movie, which as far as I know is actually quite expensive to make. Definitely not anything even approaching a B-movie, but, don't tell Jerry Seinfeld that. People thought weird things about aviation back in the day, believed it would take literally millions of years to get functional planes. I did not realize that. I thought that was a little bit more recent than that, you know. But I just remember that it's like, yeah, I was just like, wait, that can't be real. And so I looked it up, basically. So you weren't going to restart the last one, too. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, I don't need to take this. I'll just turn off chat. Hey, what's going on? No, nothing. We weren't talking about the B movie here. Yes, the B movie. The venerated B movie that everybody knows and loves. So anyway, good star for a B movie? No. I don't know. Would I want to be in a B movie? Those things are synonymous with being like kind of low rent and awful. So it feels like maybe. Okay, let me ask you this: if you got the ability to play a bit part in a B movie, we're talking, I don't know. Let's say it's a ripoff of some blockbuster movie involving, let's say, robots, and you're one of the people that get crushed by the robots. Would you do it? Or would you be like, I'd rather keep my dignity? Is it worth having, like, your one IMDb credit being guy who gets crushed by the Transmorpher? Because I don't know. I would just be like, and, you know, you got to be, like, on set and everything like that. And, yeah, it's going to be one take. You know it's going to be one take. But still... You're not gonna get like Screen Actors Guild credit or anything for that. Let's just say that right now. They're not even gonna pay you. It's for free. Crush me, Daddy Bot. No. You're gonna be crushed in a non-flirty way. It's not gonna be like Unaware Giantess Robot unless it's that kind of movie. Would you be in a movie where you got crushed by an unaware Giantess Robot? Don't answer that. Please don't pay attention to me when I say things like that. The pay is an exposure. Exactly. But you know what? You do get to be in a movie. It's not a real movie. It's a Transmorphers movie, but you get to be in the movie. I wouldn't do it. I'm just going to say that right now. I would not do it. It's like, that doesn't even seem like a movie I'd want to watch, much less be in. All right. Yeah, there we go. Now, still posting B movie in chat, by the way. I don't care about exposure, show me the money or nothing, and that's the right attitude to have. If you do something, you should be paid for it. Don't get paid in exposure. That's how that is. It's like watching the outtakes of a blogging show live. It's awesome. No, don't say it like that. Now that just makes that, oh boy. Now I feel like I should restart this run. Oh boy. I am actually going to take a shield. I'm lying. I was lying about wanting to not go with the shield. I want to go with the shield again. Had to be an extra in the basketball movie Eddie. I got paid nothing for that. Was it worth it? I'm just curious. It's like, I feel like, especially now, you know, with the advent of the internet, that, you know, just like, hey, Ma, look, I'm on TV is worth that much less, right? Like, you wouldn't just do something to be on television, right? Would you? Would you, chat? Answer me. Yep. Close. I should just use a potion charge here. I'm risking it way too much. Should work, though. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Got to sit there and watch him. Got some autographs at the time. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, if it's still a commitment, you know? It's still a commitment of something you have to do. And although certainly, you know, I just think that back in the day, people would be way more amicable to doing that. You know, like those, do you remember the Today Show? Well, you remember the Today Show. It's still on the air, right? You have the people, like, in the background, waving around signs and stuff like that. It just sort of feels like you'd be doing that, right? Except that's not something that people watch every single day. It's like a bad movie. The Yesterday Show? Ah, got him. Maybe I'm spoiled because of the internet. I'm definitely spoiled because of the internet. What am I even saying? I finally shed the boomer tag and now have just completely gone into, we got the internet today. What does it matter? Why be in a movie when I can make TikToks? That's the voice I do for doing that. Okay. Now then, we're back to doing back in the day. Ah, damn it, we might have to restart. No. Let's just get off the topic. Let's get off the topic. Please do not remind me of B-movie before I start talking about B-movie again. Now, is that a bad Boston accent? No, it's more like Chicagoan. I really think that you're like sausage. Sausage, the bears. Closer to that, right? Because I'm from the Midwest. I'm a Midwest boy. I'm not really like Bostonian in that way. You doing Final Fantasy IX soon, or are you completely focused on Cog Mine? I've been completely focused on Cog Mine. In like the past 5 days, I've gotten over 40 hours in that game. I was saying back with Risk of Rain 2 when I did a little jaunt into that, which I think after Rex, I don't know if there's too much more aside from like actually going into Eclipse difficulty. There's too much more I can do with that game. But yeah, it's like I got the roguelike bug. I want to play some roguelikes, everything. And Cog Mine is very well polished and well made for that. It's a very good game for that exact feeling, you know? Today you can post a video throwing a cucumber at your dad and become more famous than a lot of actors. I don't think my dad would like that. I haven't seen him in a while. I'll go say hi. Toss a thing. Watching the outtakes of a vlogging show, it's awesome. Oh, right, I already read that. I was just zeroed in on that particular comment because it's just like seeing the outtakes of a vlogging show is like, yeah, that's like about right for what this is, right? Like, what can you even say? Okay. What else do I want to take? I'm trying to even think here. Predator could be good. I already have like movement, a little bit of stealthiness could also work. We play Exit the Gun Dungeon. I mean, I got like a good 12-part series on the channel right now where I got some of the most amazing RNG luck. Doesn't really compare to, like what was it? Retromation got glitched. What did he get that one time? Glitched rainbow chest or something like that, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But I got like high dragon fire in that series and everything. It's kind of absurd. Oh, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. I really felt like going back to that game in some time. Oh, Exit. You know, I never actually played Exit. Yeah. I never really looked too much into that game. It's much more arcadey than like the original Gun Dungeon. But probably not. Let's just say probably not. I don't know. Right now, like I said, it's all about Cog Mine and then maybe end up doing... Come on now. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, recent run Lament is broken? Wait, what? I'm not familiar with that. Anyway, just real quick, take care of this before I die. I hate this area especially because this is where I tend to be at like peak malaise, and it's not very good. Kind of frustrating to be honest. Okay. Close. Way too close. It's a fun game, but definitely feels different from the first Gungeon. Yeah, I think that's kind of why I was just like, I mean, it seems interesting, but it also seems like one that, you know, I don't know if I would get into nearly as much as the first game because of that. Oh my god. Oh, that was so close. Now let's see if I can actually survive this because, yeah, that's quite scary, in fact. There. there, and that should do it. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to go for the potion charge. I've already used one. But that might actually needs to be something I need to do at this rate. Okay. Come on. There we go. Man, that is ridiculous. Oh. What was I even doing here? I mean, I don't know what I would... Wow, that was such a good snipe from the toxic miasma there. I'm kind of impressed. Now then. Please, for the love of God. The DPS. Yeah. And of course, I'm already still hitting it. Yeah, I'm just going to use the potion. This is clearly going to end with my death otherwise. Might be worth using pyrotechnics too. I mean, pyrotechnics is always a pretty safe bet when it comes to doing a lot of things, but if I can get an upgrade for the weapon too, that would definitely be worthwhile instead. Yes, there we are. Bleeding? No bleeding. No poison either, which would have been the optimal thing to get with this whole setup. Having both poison and bleed on the throwing knives is pretty nice. Or knife dance. It's not what it's called. As always. Close and done. Alright, anyway. Looking at Curse of the Dead Gods. I have looked a little bit into Curse of the Dead Gods. I do know that they got that they got the Dead Cells thing, crossover type of dealie. Haven't played it though myself. Seems interesting. Lament with Invulnerability, Guarantee Clone. What is Lament? I don't recognize that in terms of Gungeon stuff. By the way, it looks like you're not really impressed with Final Fantasy IX. Here's the thing. I'm not... Okay. Yes, I'll admit. Maybe a little bit. But, you know, it's also the very start of the game. And I'm sort of like in cutscene purgatory, to borrow a a Persona 5 thing. So I feel like as I get a little bit farther into the game, I'm probably going to enjoy it a lot more. I don't want to judge it right yet. But, like, yeah, you know, it's a lot of cutscenes at the very beginning and a lot of, like, on-rails battles. But that's just, especially starting with PlayStation RPGs, kind of how it goes. Final Fantasy VI was sort of the same way. It took a little while till I really got into it, but then when I got into it, I really got into it. It was good. Just like, yeah, it takes a minute. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just like, I don't want to... It's just, you know, for the first hour of the game, it was a lot of cutscenes. Much like the nobles, I wasn't particularly impressed with their acting skills. Haha, zing. Okay, but yeah, I just got to get a little bit farther. What do I even want right now? I'm just looking at everything. Take that. That's always a pretty safe bet. VV Best Boy. I'll see. As of just yet, he hasn't really done much of anything. There's also Rat Boy, which I'm disappointed with. Did not join the party. I enjoy having a large humanoid rat hanging around rather than this weird shirtless chef with a clown nose. What is the deal with that guy? Of course, somehow I imagine that the Tantalus crew is probably not going to be sticking around for like the entire story, if I was gonna take a guess. Don't spoil anything for me. Like I said, I don't know anything about that game, and I definitely want to go in with speculation of blazing, but until that point, it just feels like, yeah, that's your like initial crew, and then it switches to the guys that you actually choose names for pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go. People dismiss it for being cartoony, but it has the darkest story in the series. I don't know. Do you remember what happened in the second half of Final Fantasy VI? That was pretty heavy, if you ask me. I mean, really, it's like every Final Fantasy game has something like that going on in it. It's not uncommon to have some pretty dark themes here and there. Along with a man getting run over by a truck trying to prevent you from going onto a large spaceship, or Hojo with his bikini babes. Boy, there are like some weird parts of Final Fantasy VI that I feel like people don't really remember that much. Or maybe they do, and I don't know. I'm just not there to hear it. Okay. Final Fantasy VI has the worst villain because they actually destroyed the world. I don't know, I feel like to a certain extent, a lot of the Final Fantasies have villains that destroy the world to a certain extent. God, I really hope I can find the food shop quickly. I don't want to use another potion charge again. Oh, I'm not doing great in this run, I'll say that. Too much distraction. Too much getting off topic. I'm losing it here. Yeah, this should be enough to take out everybody, though. Yep, no problem. Ooh, almost got hit. But I'm okay. Oh, felt more like he just inconvenienced the world. Just inconvenienced the world. Oh, man. I disagree with that. It's like there was the Earth itself was literally destroyed in a lot of ways. But, or maybe you're talking about Final Fantasy IX. That one I'm not entirely sure about. And like I said, it's just like another speculation with Final Fantasy IX. Like I was saying, I think that the Queen is going to be the first villain to be replaced by somebody else. Sort of like that one Dragon Quest game with Dolmagus. You remember that one? I don't remember which number that was. Wait, was that a spoiler for that game? No, I didn't say that. Anyway, and yeah, is it because, again, the Queen looks like a Toriyama monster? Yes. What can I even say? It's just, I can't unsee that. Okay. Let's keep going. The only thing you need to know is that Vivi is adorable. I mean, as of right now, he just looks like the classic Final Fantasy I Black Mage, and he can cast fire. That's all I know about him. That's the extent of my knowledge about the character. Maybe like naive? He's using the fake ticket, but we'll see. Get into that a little bit later. You were telling me you'd wife the Queen? Well, I mean, you know, maybe, but still. I mean, I'm not gonna say one way or another. Oh, I would really like to get the potion, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough money for that, especially not with how I've been playing. This might be a run for corrupted healing. Hurts to see you miss all the items of Final Fantasy IX is difficult without a guide. Yeah, the people were telling me about Excalibur 2 or something like that, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. I don't. If I'm gonna worry about missing stuff, you know, like the Zodiac Spear type of thing, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get that. Because there's just like that entire era of video games is just rife with content. You remember like Suikoden 2 and how they had the like bounty hunter guy side quests that you need to do in a certain amount of time in the game? So it's just like, if you don't know, you can just entirely miss his whole side quest because it's like, oh, by the time you got him, you had 2 hours to do his quest. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. Oh, okay, so it is a time thing. I have to finish the game in 12 hours. No, that's not worth it. I'm not going to do that. Oh, man, that would be... I don't even know what I'm doing in the game to be able to finish it in 12 hours. Yeesh. Love Suikoden 2. I gotta say, it's kind of unimpressed. It just sort of felt like, you know, most other ones of the games that were out there at the time. I actually played Suikoden 1 in preparation for playing Suikoden 2, and I remember this just like getting about halfway through, just kind of, you know, Yeah, maybe I should give it another try someday, because it's been like literally a decade since I tried to play that game. I'm sure my tastes have changed a little bit since then. We'll see. Well, just next time I open up game suggestions, make me play Suikoden 2. Actually, I don't even know. I might need to go get like I might need to go like actually find a disc for that or something. Somehow I don't imagine that Konami is too worried these days about putting video games on Steam. Chrono Trigger is better than any Final Fantasy game. Man, I really like Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger did such a good job, like with the encounters and everything like that too. Having the persistent rather than the random encounters was just such a step up from so many other games at the time. It's something that I really would have liked to have seen everything keep doing, but I understand why you don't. It's like, you know what's way easier to do? Have random encounters. You'll play through Mario RPG. I also love Mario RPG. That's a great game. If anything, though, I'd like to do one of the newer Mario RPGs. Like both of the two newest Paper Marios. Although I have watched playthroughs of that, I have not played myself, and I would be interested in checking out. Oh, 6. I was 6 away from getting the 60. Ah, come on. Too distracted here. Ah, well. Couldn't get into Pokemon because of it? Yeah, I understand. But I mean, you know, it's also important to have random encounters and everything like that for that game because monster collection is part of the entire gameplay. Like, you need to be able to constantly encounter monsters so you can recruit them and everything like that. It's not that I hate random encounters or anything like that. It's just that I just think that having it... You know, it's the same thing talking about, like, well-designed games versus, like, open... You know, like a well-designed linear experience versus an open-world game. I mean, in some ways, I do think that can work. Obviously, I've talked a lot about how much I like roguelikes and everything like that. But I do also just like a nice, really well-curated linear experience in some ways. Because it's just like, you know... They know exactly what they're doing when they create the game, and then you can just make it as good as possible, rather than just being sort of like, wander around here and find something to do. Distractions, more B-movie. So many distractions in this run. We're just talking about like game design now, for God's sake. My opinions on game design for turn-based RPGs. Yeah, get him right in there. Perfect. Damage is not bad here, though. I'll say that right now. Of course, Knife Dance works out pretty well against Conjunctivius due to the high burst. It means that you don't need to be constantly right next to her to get the maximum amount of damage in. Yeah. That said, boy, am I worried about the potion charges more than anything else. Rah! So worried. I don't want to use another I think I gotta go for corrupted healing this time. Got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fully commit. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. Is there any way that I can... Shouldn't get into... Shouldn't get into the bullet health phase if I play this right. Yeah, there we go. Good. Because, like, yeah, the whole 2 scaling deal, as well as from the legendary shield, as well as just the sheer DPS that I was getting off of both my skill and the weapon itself was working out pretty well. Okay. They severely reduced random encounter rates in the Final Fantasy IX remaster, so you might arrive at 2 story points underleveled. I don't know. That's not really... To be honest, I've never really had too much of a problem with being underleveled for stuff. Like in games like that. I always feel like I can figure out the little ways to... Hey, I didn't realize I made this in time. I always feel like I can figure out the little ways to exploit every one of the mechanics required to just completely trivialize a lot of fights easily. I mean, for example, look at like the Persona 5 playthrough. That was done on the highest level of difficulty, and it really only ever took like a couple tries to go up against most bosses. If you really want to exploit the game, Final Fantasy IX can be beaten at level 1. I did see it had those cards. It had like the whole card thing, which was very reminiscent of like the junctioning system in Final Fantasy VIII. But like I said, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy IX at all, so I don't even know what that means. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, by the way, that is one thing they said. They said that they wanted me to beat the super boss for Final Fantasy IX. It's not on the list for the games or anything like that, but that it was a request. So I'll have to go see how that works. I don't know if it takes an unreasonable amount of time to do that, and like I just want to finish the game or something like that, maybe I'll skip it. But as of right now, I'm planning to at least give it a try. There we are. Whew, scary. Like I said, with the PlayStation RPGs, you never know how long those things are gonna be. They can really range from being, like, you know, a decent sized length, but like still quite good and everything like that, to just being way too overly long because hey, we got CDs now. We can put just endless amounts of content in it, but it's just, you know, it's still copy pasting the same thing over and over. Some of the lesser RPGs that came out for the PlayStation were like that. Kind of frustrating in that way. Who's your friend who covers Persona 5 with you? I love those videos. I just call him Second Guy. He's just a guy I've known since high school, basically. Also, no, that's basically it. So low scroll count. It's doing okay for scrolls. It's just I haven't really gotten, like a bunch of colorless equipment or anything like that. Yep. Good, and this is again where the corrupted healing is going to come into play. Haven't taken it yet because there should at least be one more potion charge in here for now. I'm just planning for the future to get into that. Okay. Yeah, everybody calls him Marty because of Back to the Future. I just call him Second Guy because I remember back in 2018 when he joined me for a couple streams. I was just like, hey, do you want me to call you anything in particular? And he's like, no. And I'm like, what? Okay. I guess we're going to go with that then. There we are. Second Guy is actually his name. Called him a lot of stuff over the years, but Second Guy is just what I'm sticking with because whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, what is that? A nutcracker? Nah. I ain't gonna go with a nutcracker. After all, the plan was to go with, this particular weapon, and I'm gonna stick with it because it's actually been quite good. Oh, I didn't realize that was a box elite. Yeesh. Sheesh. Okay. Sell it. You met Freya in Final Fantasy IX? Oh, yes. I do know about Freya in Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, yep. Okay, no, I do. That is one more thing. I didn't realize that she was from that game in particular. I thought she was like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles or something. Okay, so Freya's in Final Fantasy IX. Got it. Was that your actual second playthrough of Zero Dawn? No, it was just I just cut it down from. That was just the post commentary. Post commentary is what I'm trying to think of. So basically, what I did was I just cut down the really long bits where I was wandering around in a circle, not knowing where to go. I feel like I gotta apologize for that once more. Horizon was, I mean, I'll be honest. It's like we were. I think I said during that series, we're kind of lukewarm on the story, and since a lot of the game was story, just kind of ended up talking about Taco Bell. A lot. Like, way too much. And I feel bad about that. Remember when the graveyard was actually a dangerous biome? Are you telling me that it's just like... I'm currently at like 26% health right now. I feel like it's still got some bite to it. Besides, the second that I get cursed, it's like I was also the second that I'm going to have to start dealing with the zombies a lot more. Yeah? Not even going to attack me. Good. Oh. The episodes have no script and nothing matters. I mean, we tried to, like, at least stay on topic for a good amount of it, but, you know. After the one episode with, where we actually did stay on topic for that one time, we just kind of went right back to it. You know how it goes. Here we are. Do I have extra jump? No, I don't have the jump on enemies' heads. Whatever, it's fine. You played Castlevania Symphony of the Night? Yes, of course. Like that. That was during that time that I was doing a bunch of like old PlayStation games that I missed out on. Well, games from all different eras, but especially PlayStation. Played like the Legacy of Kain games. I played the two Wild Arms games that came out for the PlayStation. Played Final Fantasy VII. That was that point. Suikoden 1 and 2. Symphony of the Night, yeah. Was there anything else really of note that I played at that point? Oh yeah, I had Kodelka, but I never played it. That's the game that was a prequel to Shadow Hearts, of all things. But Doc, that means you didn't like either of the games I forced you to play. Wait, which was the other one? Wild Arms 1 is a hidden gem. I liked Wild Arms 1 a lot more than Wild Arms 2, if I'm being real with you. Like, Wild Arms 2 did have some interesting stuff, like the alien dinosaur robots, which was... well, no, I loved it. N++ is a genuinely really great game. We just did not have anything to talk about. That was the only problem. N++ as a game is great. I would highly recommend that. It's just commentary-wise, we just, you know. Horizon Zero Dawn is... yeah, it was kind of... I'll be honest, it was kind of... I think it's still a very well-made game, and he's like pretty... and is a good game and everything like that, but, you know, I was just kind of like... I said before that a lot of the game was story. Well, at least a lot of the game that I did was story. And, you know, I was bad at the gameplay, and I was kind of lukewarm on the story. You know? Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say it's bad. It's not a bad game. That's just the only thing. Really, it's you know, here's the thing. If I think a game is bad, I'll probably, you know, tell you Persona 5. Like, similarly, it's just like, yeah, N++, quite good. It's just, yeah, it's a very pure game. It's a very simple game, very pure game. Like, you are ninja, you run around, and you do the ninja stuff. And unfortunately, that meant that it's just, yeah, we didn't have too much to talk about. Oh, yeah, I was talking about Wild Arms. Wild Arms 1. It's like, Wild Arms 1 was just, it was very similar to like a Final Fantasy game, but it was just very neat in its presentation and everything like that. I did say I was going to go to the Undying Shores and try and go fight the Scarecrow, though, right? Well, actually, first off, I'm going to go to the bathroom, but give me 1 second. Peeing blood from a lacerated sky. Anyway, back to it. Let's hope this gets left in the YouTube videos. Nope. That's not gonna happen. Okay, anyway, back to it here. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Wild Arms. I think Wild Arms was at its best when it was doing the like whole Wild West RPG thing. And that's why like the second game I don't think I had as much fun with, because they went a lot more with the like sci-fi fantasy angle comparatively. And I wanted to see the thing where we were like playing guitar to summon ancient devils and then fighting them to get like the sheriff's star accessory and everything like that. Because like that's the I don't know if I want to do this. No, and in fact I don't. Forget about that. All right. See if I can at least clear the... Well, I'll probably be okay. I can't believe you people are still talking about that. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk going for any other enemies right now. I'm just going to go. Although 5 more to get... I only need to go fight 5 more enemies to get 60 kills, too. Maybe I'll go check up a top and see if I can't find something. We'll see. I don't know. Just play this one by ear, I guess. Yeah? What do you mean, you people? You people talking about peeing. I'm sorry, everybody at home, but that's what's happening. Nothing. Okay. What do you mean, you people? The people in chat who are talking about peeing, okay? That's what we're talking about right now, okay? Get over to the Undying Shores. Oh. Thank you, God Falcon, for the subs. Please tell me it was not because of what I just said. Please, 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 please. Please. No. Please. Oh, one person is showering him in gold. No, don't want to be the. This is the. You know, we bringing it back to 2018 with the piss stream. Hey everybody, this is Dr. Inferno Firebird, and welcome to the Piss Stream, my podcast about urination. I hate that. I hate. Have everything I just said stricken from the record, please. Oh, I'm gonna die if I hang around here too long. I still want to go for Undying Shore, but it's just like I'm worried about the curse. Already clipped. Come on, give me a second here. Did you at least clip the apology as well? Yes, that's the piss stream. I found that extremely clever when I came up with it 3 years ago because I'm a child. There we are. Come on. Good. Good and great. All right, let's get out of here. I'm going to have a pretty annoying group of enemies to deal with because of the route that I went through. Okay. There is no escape. That's what I said about the Persona series. But what happened there? Okay. I love having a good knife dance. It's called knife dance, right? Okay. They changed. That's another one of those items I changed the name of a lot. Because, man, it is really effective. Good. I really thought I parried a little bit too early there, but it's fine. Now then, where's the apostle that is reviving these guys? Maybe they're not. Maybe that's just the malaise. Good. Now then. Unless we're going to talk about how it's better than the Uranus item. Wait, there's no Uranus in Isaac. Are you talking about Jupiter? Name is Jupiter from the galaxy? Came to meet you? Set you free? And also, like, man, that item. You know, I don't think I ever noticed that there's a little mushroom boy in the jars here. That's cute. And also kind of disturbing. Oh, I gotta go get that item. Oh, whatever the star is. It might be an item, might not. Of course. God. Still waiting on the update, Nicholas, by the way. So that I can go and finish the game finally. I only have one more enemy, or one more thing I need to fill out. One more post-it note. Just waiting on that update. Yep. There we are. You're the one with the item. Yeah? There we go. Okay. You didn't notice the growing enemies? No, I didn't. Actually. I mean, I didn't notice the Mushroom Boy in particular. I guess I noticed the jars. I just didn't notice the little tiny Mushroom Boy one, specifically. Alright, get out of here. Things are just continuously spawning up otherwise. God. Fine. This is one of the few times that I'm actually going to get some usage out of this. Oh, wow. It blocked my thing. That's interesting. Okay. Now then. Yeah? Oh, God. I hate having the toxic miasmas in here. These things are the worst. Okay. Now, I should actually look for some better stuff here because, yeah, this has been forever since I've actually upgraded it. I haven't upgraded it at all. It was worth 1 gold. Good that happened, I guess. I saw that one last time. Mushroom Boy is the best, and the shame will be brought to your family for not noticing the good boy. But growing in a jar? Is that really that important? I feel like that's more macabre than anything. Yeah. Okay. Nah, I'm going to keep what I got right now. That should be fun. Still, once again, worried about enemies being revived. Oh, especially the slammers here too, which I'm going to guess also because I went to the corrupted sewers, right? Always a lot of fun to see, you know, the enemies that are from some of the most frustrating areas in the game being revived in here. Okay. The Cult of Shrooms will have its revenge. Cult of Mushrooms, eh? The Myconids. What game are Myconids from? Why am I remembering that right now? Is it like Star Control or something? Am I thinking of that right? Yeah, I don't remember. D&D. No, it wasn't D&D. There was another game. Maybe it was D&D. Hard to say. Pretty sure I was thinking of Star Control, though. But what are the guys called in that, then, if they're not Myconids? Whatever, anyway. Enough of me trying to remember old DOS games once again. Starbound? Oh, it might be Wait, no, the Starbound have the... They don't have mushroom guys. They have the plant guys, right? Which I also don't remember the name of. Flora? They're just called Flora, right? Okay, there we are. Nothing good, but that's okay. Oh. Starbound has a lot of different strange characters, though. Because isn't there like one group of enemies that's just like purely made out of energy or something like that? And they basically look like, well, the main character in this game. Because that's a little bit more interesting. I don't know what I'm trying to look for here. I kind of like all the items I'm working with right now. Nova Kids? Probably. That seems about right. I don't know. I'm not as familiar with Starbound as a lot of other games. A lot of people compare that to like Terraria, but aside from the, you know, basic like crafting and survival type of aspect, it's mostly due to the art style, right? Keep going with this for more buffing into... Oh, that was close. For more buffing into the legendary items. Starbound really worth it? I don't know. It's got a good modding scene, though, so it's probably worth getting purely for that alone, right? Right. Let's see how this one goes. I don't think invisibility is going to help me out here, so that one I'm going to switch out for finally getting the thing. Go find, yeah, Tainted Flask. Corrupted Healing is what it used to be called. I always hate the name changes in this game. Sarbonne was made by some former Terraria developers. I thought that it was just the artist for that. That whole thing. There is a sick Chivo for sacrificing. What are you talking about? You get the sacrifice outfit. Like, how can you not consider that a sick Chivo? Okay. Let's go. Think I'm ready for this? Mostly ready for this. Yeah? Almost got the parry time down. I mean, I should have that a little bit better at this point in time. Yep. Not going to bounce on that. Rid of the mushroom boys there. Speaking of those guys. All right. Well, as always. Okay. Come on. I got this. Should be able to have this, right? Just keep. There we are. Okay. Well, that was a little bit tricky, but done well. Yeesh. Literally the hardest boss. He's a tricky one. I'm not going to say he's not. But, dealt with okay. Let's just say okay. Oh, no, put that back in there. Barrel launcher. Hey, hey, you know, I got a colorless barrel launcher. Who wants to go to the distillery? Love the Scarecrow music. It is for some pretty banging music. Okay. Yeesh. The outfit isn't a Chivo. It's better. It's better than a Chivo, if anything. Me? Okay, good enough. Let's go. Still got the heart. True, true. So, worst comes to worst, I do still have the ability to survive this upcoming area. Maybe. Let's do it. So I can watch you die. Oh, I see. All right, anyway. Let's keep going. PC and Mushroom Boy are both plants. I mean, well, the PC's not really a plant. Now, Skewer has been serving me pretty well for this, but this is not actually a showcase run, so I get the ability to do whatever I want with it. Anyway, you always seem to go Distillery. When was the last time we went Castle? Well, I always go Distillery because I usually try to avoid going Distillery. If I'm going to go anywhere, Castle's usually the safer bet. And that's why. That's why it tends to be more often that than anything else. There we are. Actually, I really don't need to go up here. I already got the barrel, right? Maybe for stats, but, you know. Maybe I'll just get a Explorer's Instinct soon. Ooh, I thought that was going to be... I thought that jump was going to be enough to knock the barrel back at me, which might kill me at this level of health. Wait, do that. Obviously. Yep. Still worried about the potion charges, but it's going okay. So being a conscious parasitic plant. Yeah. It works in the same way as, like, the swamp thing, apparently. Based off of, once again, old 1950s science. I don't know. I tried to roll that stupidly. I don't really even know what I was thinking there. That wasn't going to work. That's what I should have been thinking. Ew. Okay, it seems like I was broke line of sight, so it didn't actually hit me. Whew. Barrel launcher makes a distinctly gun-like sound. You know, it does. I never thought of that. My barrels are better. Yeah, okay. Wait, the barrels laugh at you? No, I think that's just supposed to be a ticking sound, like they're about to explode, because they are. Yeah, barrel launcher does give you some good advantages in here, after all. Well, not here, apparently. What the hell is this area? The freezing is actually kind of helping out here, isn't it? Ooh. That said, I might end up using my... Oh, thank you. Next potion charge as soon as I get it at this rate. Yeah? That's the old heavy crossbow sound effect, literally? Yep, it definitely is. I was trying to think, it's just like, what exactly is the... Yeah, this is the thing they use for, I think, actually a lot of the crossbows. Because of... Yeah, nice try. Because of, like, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for, like, a secondary fire of the... Oh, God. Oh, that doesn't go off as far as I thought it would. Yeah. Ugh. No food. That's okay, though. Here's the end. God. Oh, there's a scroll down there. I don't... Yeah, I guess I gotta go get it, don't I? Ah! Okay. I'm alive. Don't worry, anybody. So I guess that's how you're intended to do it. Okay. Ugh. To concentrate an awful lot there for a second. Out of here. Yeah, here you are. Of course, I had to be all the way over here. That was shockingly close. Anyway, continuing on. Look, here's the thing. I don't actually have 1 HP because I still have the heart. Don't forget about that. I took the heart in the very first area, anticipating something like this happening, and now it is. So, you know, cool. Cool and great. Big fantasy in that, of course. Ah! Oh, that was close. Oh. Oh my gosh. Look at her butt. No, no, no! Ah, everybody ignore that. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I said that. Don't tell anybody I said that. Ooh. Anaconda, yes. This might actually work for... Not even entirely sure what happened there. Ah! Okay. Becky. Oh, yeah! Vampirism, MVP, baby! Let's go! Oh, God. When you get enough enemies like that and big burst damage like you get from the barrel, it's like, yeah, it actually works out pretty good, doesn't it? Oh, my. Okay. Yeah. Still a little bit low on statage compared to usual, but like it's working out okay. Yeah. All right. Shockingly enough, I'm surviving this to a certain level. funny thing, too, is that this should also be pretty good damage against the Hand of the King if I decide to take that in there instead of the other thing. Oh, okay. Someone managed to play 30 hours of Noita in 2 days. Yeah, that was how I played like Wild Arms, by the way. Yeah, there we are. Those things are, the slime launchers, death spitters, whatever they're called, are so tanky that you can actually get a lot of usage out of vampirism with them. For the few times it's useful. I mean, obviously when you're at literally 1 HP, why not? You're already at literally 1 HP. Oh, it's not gonna get worse. Okay. God, I'm surprised though that I don't have the potion charge yet. It's only 4 elite enemies. Yeah, no, I should. At this point in time, I should, right? Well, I'll get a couple in the next fight regardless, but still, man. Whew. Clutch plays for days. I like Large Gluteus Maximus, and I am unable to utter a falsehood. What a weird song that was. No, just nothing else to say about it. Just, man, Sir Mix-a-Lot had a very strange hit on his hands, didn't he? Anyway. Maybe I should have waited for that to turn into an elite. That said, I am gonna kill you and hopefully get a potion charge and not get a potion charge. Okay, great. There we are, and there we go. And there we be. Hate that. I mean, it does turn back against you all the time because that's just how it works, but you know. Gonna get like the look as to where the actual the explorer's instinct already, because I could really use that. I'm just gonna say right now. There we are. Nah. Could try and go for maybe like a little bit of a buffed up version of this. Whatever. Fine. Whoof. Yes, 15 hours in a day. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Wow, this is distillery. I mean, it worked out anyway, thanks to vampirism of all things. What can I say? It's a good item. it's a risky item to use, but in circumstances like this, especially late game 5-cell mode, it does function pretty well. Yeah. Just gotta make sure not to oh, those were the 90s. That was definitely the 90s. That was like 1998, I want to say. That's the first time I've seen a good vamp. Oh, vampirism actually is pretty consistently good if you use it with a tonic. If you don't use it with tonic, then it can be a little bit more or less frightening. Yeah, not quite. Okay. What are you doing? Damn it. Damn it. Once again. Well, there's a few elites here, of course. For that. Hey, come on. Just give me 1 second. Whatever, good enough. All right, get your Fs ready. Whatever. Think I can't do this fight? I can, and I have. I've done it. Yeah. All right, anyway. There's a broken aspect and you need it. Yeah, I suppose. Playing this like I did my first 100 attempts back in 1.0. Yeah, well, I mean, if it works, it works, right? That would have been the end of a run in 1.0. I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying that like it wasn't a successful run. It was and is. Anyway, this is just not doing good. I beat the boss. Is that not good enough? Next time, abuse the curl wings. I mean, that is the way to do it, of course. Hey, fun. Anyway, everybody else saying this like I didn't actually just win the game. I just hit anybody here. Whatever, that's still a good chunk of health healed up regardless. There we are. Okay. Yeah, see, it's like this is... and blocked with a wall, too. Okay. Oh, my God. Incredible superstar. So New York's make a run like a supercar. Anyway. There. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I forgot that it's like we were actually doing a different run here. Getting a little bit too focused on the barrel usage. Anyway. Barrel usage was fun. Need to beat the boss with more flair. I like Ric Flair when I'm beating that boss. What are you talking about? Need more flair on the boss, I tell you. Okay, and I will take that. A lot of extra health. Same amount of damage. There. Oh. When the game is successful with the cursed sword. I mean, yeah, that is a success, I suppose. I wouldn't really call it the success. It's not like that's the only way you can win the game. Shouting woo doesn't count for flair. Ah, whatever. That's what you say. You know what I say? You only say what you want to. There we are. Okay, almost 30 though in my main stat, which is pretty good. 1 million. Yeah, I remember the 1 million timekeeper hit point dealies. That was fun. That was when yeah, like a cursed sword that did 1 million DPS per second. It was still took several hits to take down the timekeeper. Health was scaling just weird. Oh, thank you, Yulia, by the way. I hope you're enjoying the very weird sort of scattershot run that this has been thus far. I have, I'll be honest. It's been an interesting one. And hey, I went for some of the harder areas, which is not something I do a lot. Ah. There we are. Come on. Okay. Hate those librarians, though. They are a common source of something. Was Cursed Sword's damage nerfed? No, it shouldn't have been. I would hope it shouldn't have been. I think it was just like, you know, scaling was different back in the day. It was a lot wackier and more intense. That was for every single item, not just a Cursed Sword. I mean, overall, like, the numbers in the game were just weirder. Kah. Dead Cells had a lot of changes to how, like, the basic mechanics work in that way. You know how it goes. The usual type of thing. Scaling was exponential, yes. So you're doing your favorite outside gaming activity, skewering meat. You know, I'm gonna be honest, never really did too much in terms of barbecue. Like, if I ever do, like, cooking, it's usually on the side of, like, pastry. Making, like, cakes and cookies and stuff. It's not really... Huh? Not quite enough to do much of anything, but that's okay. It leaves me at about as much health as I had before, so that's fine. Grilling is the best. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been particularly good at it. It's just... Usually just go with, like, yeah, like pastas or something. Okay. It's pretty easy to just mash the button and go right through enemy attacks. It's just pretty satisfying. Yeah, not bad. Anyway, take recovery for using vampirism so much. That's very true. It would probably also be good for the next boss as well. Cooking anything is hella fun? It depends. Some stuff can be pretty frustrating. Some more finicky things. For example, making like puddings. And make sure that heat is good, otherwise it curdles and all that. Or like breads can be kind of annoying if you don't do the yeast right. Yo, I didn't mean to do that. Get out of here. Anyway, continuing on. Got chased down by 2 librarians and immediately died. Yeah, that's the experience in this area, I'll tell you. Oh, I didn't get the alien key. Oh, that's a problem. Come on. I did not even realize that. Well, let's see how this goes. Hey, you can actually see the edge of the filter that they put on the screen when you have an elite around here. Look at that. Look at that. You see a little line in the background. Apparently, it only has like a certain level that it goes to. That's funny. Is it pronounced flan or flan? I don't know. I mean, I guys can say whatever, really. Pronounced flancito. Okay. I couldn't quite get the combo that I was looking for, but it worked out okay. Oh. Okay, a good lesson from faking from apply to anything in life. Take the time to do it right. I mean, it's really just more like measure everything correctly. Because otherwise it doesn't work. And then your cake don't rise. And you know what happens when your cake don't rise? Turns into brownies. Life gives you lemons and all that. Now, where's the other thing? Up here. Okay. Baking is basically just chemistry set. Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much. But, you know. You don't get to usually eat stuff that you make doing chemistry. Unless you're some sort of super scientist. I don't know. Mad scientist, really. Okay. Whew. Doing all right. Doing all right. This could have actually been a good... Oh, there's the fast charge. Yes. Let's stick with this then. Phrase when life gives you lemons is funny when you realize lemons were made by selective breeding, so life never actually gave us lemons. Well, I mean, life did give us lemons because it gave us, which gave ourselves lemons. I did not realize that was a selective breeding, sort of like a banana type of deal. Or an avocados. Which, I mean, avocados weren't like selectively bred or anything, but they were largely kept alive due to farming efforts. Otherwise, it would have gone extinct, from what I understand. Hey, thank you, SDO Malt. I hope you're enjoying the baking and biology talk. What a strange style of... Anyway, 5 subs, thanks. A strange combination of topics. At least it's not during the piss stream part. I guess I'll just say that. Getting all the subs today. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. I'm gonna make rent, baby. No, I have enough. I did like that wasn't a concern. Please don't even, you know. The phrase is when life gives you lessons is such a weak mindset. You're okay with what happened. Losing. Imperfection of craft. When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn. Always room for improvement. Never settle. Ha! That's a loser speak as far as I'm concerned. You should know your limits. And sometimes that means giving up. All right. I have a job again. I can feel generous. Thanks. Wow. He gave it to me, of all people? I really appreciate that. Okay. Oh, man. And I just got the food, too. Anyway. What do you got here, by the way? Nothing. Okay. Oh, I was trying to... Yeah, I waited a little bit too long there, didn't I? Okay. This is going to be a big brain play, but I'm going to see if I can make it work. Big heal up against the next mini-boss here. When life gives hard, give up anxiety. Well, dude, okay, yes, but, you know, also, come on. There we are. Not bad, not bad. Now, go back and get the other potion charge. Don't forget about that. That's kind of an important thing. And then, let's see if I can't get a good, successful run. If I get recovery, that might actually work. I don't know. We'll see. I got a good feeling. Oh, okay. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What the hell am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make it rule the day of life that it could give Gabe Johnson lemons. Don't you know who I am? I'm the man who's going to burn your house down with these lemons. I'm going to get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down. Every single time. Wow, 5 gold. Every single time, man. So disappointed that we're never gonna get like another Portal game, are we? It's just never gonna happen. Anyway, Tainted Flask won't be useful. I mean, it'll be somewhat useful. It'll be useful for giving me a big burst of extra DPS, which can be useful for recovery, but it's not gonna compare to actually taking the recovery mutation instead. All I heard was peg life. Yeah, that's right, everybody, peg life. Be a pirate. Anyway, oh, I'm not gonna be able to. Right. Oh well. Look, it's still gonna be useful anyway. Like I said, it's just it's fine. Oh, yeah, ninja outfit. Pegging community is dying. Reblog if you support pegging. Yeah, hey everybody. Please mention in the comments if you got to this part of the video that you support pegging. Come on. Come on, do it. Oh, I will. Well, you're in the stream. That doesn't count. Oh, I didn't get the parry. Should get the parry here, though. Yeah. Facing the wrong direction. It'll be the death of me, literally. Okay. I mean, that is a good point. If pegging wasn't meant to happen, then why is your prostate there? That's the big brain play. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm going to stop talking. No, we're at that part of the stream? Maybe. Yes. Oh. Yeah, perfect time to do that, too. I thought I had that about there. Okay. Working out good, working out good. No talk more. No. There's no way. Don't get me wrong. Can I do it? Not bad, not bad, not bad. Not even entirely sure what he's doing there. All right. This should be last phase, if I'm not wrong. I still got 2 potion charges. Looking good, looking good. Mm-hmm. Ah, you can't believe you keep doing that. Nice, though. That's all I need, baby. Done. Okay, there we go. A good ending. Good ending. Yeesh. a little bit hairy there, but I actually managed to get a good win. Nice. Surprisingly enough, it was all about the vampirism of all things. Of all things, you usually don't really think of vampirism as being all that good because it's so risky, but here we are. Oh, it's just use it at a point in time when you would normally heal with a potion, and then, you know, just a couple free hits. As long as you got good stats, you're fine. Vampirism and the combination. Yeah, the movement actually was pretty important, all things considered. Because I did, because you do just zoom right through the enemy. It's like you don't just hit enemies. Like, for example, the slammers. I was able to just, I'll get right through. Wow, 5 gold. I was able to just get right through, basically, because of that. Whew. Whew, Nelly. Well, anyway, back to talking about pegging. So dudes in the audience, I just want to remind you that like roughly half of the entire world does not have a prostate. So, you know, do some stuff with it. Do it for everybody that can't. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Dr. Inferno Firebird, out.